0-0-2.
Larry serving. Tyler serving.
And you can tell they started out stacking right away because Tyler's serving from the right side and moving to the left. And Roxanne's giving him a signal.
0-0-1.
Her hand was open, and that means she's crossing.
Second serve.
So this is such a great arena that I don't know that the lights really make a difference. It's a good lighting system. It's flat. It's even. They're high enough up in a way that lobs is not really a lot of bright. There's a little bit up into your eyes, but during the day, this whole roof here, this beautiful open air arena, tends to flatten out and diffuse the light, so you don't have any strong sun points except during sunset, but that's already passed. I'm ready for some great pickleball. Once again, for those who are watching, certainly there's a difference between the 25 plus of the match that we just saw and this.
1-0-1.
But these players here, every one of them could beat me soundly, which is not really saying much. But there's an age difference, and in pickleball that's not the same thing. These are great players. They can beat many people, and we're going to see some very wise strategic pickleball happening here.
Just about a month ago, we had Andre Agassi and Andy Roddick do an exhibition.
That's right. It was
Both
Austin,
of these
Texas.
teams right now, either one of these mixed teams would have destroyed them. That's to let you know how good they are. Now, not to say that Andre and
give
Andy,
them a few months practice.
Of course. But just to let you know how good these guys are right now, that they would be schooling great athletes like that just because they don't have the finer points of pickleball yet. I hope they get them though.
There, we're into a drink session. Roxanne accelerates it up a little bit, but Helle is able to return it back down and turn into a side out. So now the control of the point has gone back over to Helle and Larry.
0-2-1.
Sorry, 0-2-1. The beginning of game number 1 of the 60-plus gold medal match. And that's a very uncharacteristic return by Tyler into the net. So I don't imagine we'll see too much of that.
No, that's the worst mistake you can make. Worse than missing a serve. If you miss a serve, you don't lose a point.
A good volley exchange there. The ball heats up. Helle hits it just long of the baseline. Moving the second server to Tyler. Oh, man, I keep doing this. I'm constantly used to Tyler and Larry, Tyler and Larry. So in the black, Larry Moon.
Unfortunately,
I'm not used to them on the opposite side of the net.
Unfortunately, I'm used to Tyler and Larry a lot too. They beat my partner and I in the finals last night. And every time I was in a dinking rally with Larry and Tyler, I felt like I'm doing a drill because it's obvious how much they drill from the no volley zone. They just really know how to control the no volley zone. Tyler resetting the point, and he made. There's another reset by partner, and that,
now all four of them are up to the net. Larry accelerates it. Roxanne's able to keep it in play, and Helle hits it wide.
So what got them back in the point was not only Tyler's reset, but then Roxanne's reset, and then they were both up to the net. So those of you at home that are wanting to get to that next level of pickleball, learn how to hit that reset, that ball that just lands in the no volley zone from anywhere on the court, regardless if it's a volley or a ground stroke. If you can do that, you're going to be a much better player.
3-1-2.
Around the net. He went for it, just missed it.
Point. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Tyler is again stacking. That's why he's on the left.
Side out.
Tyler's from Salt Lake City, and so is Larry Moon.
One, 4-1.
1-4-1.
Oh my goodness. Second serve.
So Larry likes to go for a lot of third ball drives at the woman, it's a very difficult shot because if you hit it at all high, you're in trouble. Larry's really good at keeping that ball usually just about 3 inches over the net. Wow, nice.
Overhead back at Tyler. He's able to take it out. Oh.
Yep, just caught Roxanne in a difficult spot to get a paddle on it.
So you're saying those shots that are up by your collarbone or your shoulder, your armpit, are just
Those
really
tend to be the
difficult?
toughest, especially if they surprise you.
2-4-2.
So again, they're signaling. Roxanne's going to go across. She had an open palm, and that's their signal to cross.
Attention players, we have a mixed doubles age 70+ match about to begin. This match features Tony
Right, so once again, if you're just joining us, the score is 4-2-1. We're in the 60+ mixed gold medal match.
That's Tony Hiroto.
Tyler hits it back at Larry hits it back at Tyler. Tries to hit a backhand, but short into the net.
4-2-2.
Scores 4-2-2, and Roxanne serves. Larry returns it deep. There we go. And
You know, Roxanne was trying to reset that. She just did not hit the center of the paddle, and that's what causes most of the errors, is just not hitting the center of your paddle.
2-4-1.
switch sides.
So, you know,
Roxanne's
there's Larry
over.
driving the third ball again.
A little bit. Some great volleys there happening.
Thanks, sir.
This is Rusty House from Pickleball Channel. I'm with Steve Ferranto. Steve, thanks for being here.
Oh, it's great. So fun to be sitting behind here talking about these players. When I watch in the stands and I talk out loud like this, I think I'm bothering people. So
Now you don't get in trouble.
right.
So again, in the white shirt,
4-2-1.
it's Tyler Sheffield serving across court to
Wow,
led the
just
players
caught her.
suit.
Just caught Roxanne a little bit off guard, got her at her feet. I'm so impressed with Helle in the last year. I've only been on the court with her a couple times, but she has tremendous placement and can reset from anywhere on the court. Oh, so Larry dismissed a return serve.
And Helle is the newest one to the sport of this four. Roxanne, Larry, and
5-2-2.
Tyler have been playing for longer. As you said, Helle has got a strong tennis background. There you go. Larry tries to reset the point. He has kind of shuffle, sort of in an odd position. The ball's sort of up there between his legs, and the paddle was down, and it didn't quite get a stroke. It felt a little bit pinched there.
2-5-1.
All four of these players are very popular on the pickleball tour.
Thank you, sir.
Fun to be around. I know my partner Randy Beither and I, we always say, I wish Larry and Tyler lived near us so we could practice with them. They're just really fun guys to be around.
For those fans, many people ask, what are the different kinds? Is it the young pros or whatever? If you want to see some great pickleball in this 60 category, 60 plus, actually all these players have been on our videos at some point, whether it's Grand Canyon State Games or Huntsman World Senior Games. So you can see some amazing stuff you can learn for players of all ages. Pushing Roxanne back just a little bit, but she's back in the net. He goes across, Tyler takes it. Back to Helle.
So that's not a shot Tyler usually misses.
Ball coming across just high enough, and he wants to just slap it over, but
Just
hit
didn't
that
hit
tape.
the center of his paddle.
3-5-2.
So Larry has a very unique thing that he does right
Serve.
before he serves. And back home, Wes Gabrielson loves to imitate Larry's serve.
If you watch, he'll do it again. There's this
Yeah,
long pause. He kind of
right
holds
here.
his hand out.
Yep. That's his routine, you know, and athletes have routines. Just like a basketball player has a routine when they shoot a foul shot. And that's Larry's routine before he serves. And for those of you who want to have a good serve, whatever you do, get some kind of routine. The same thing, do it over and over and over. There it is. So
Good rally exchange there.
Larry just demonstrated his what I call topspin window. That ball that he just hit was probably a foot below the net, and he still had an aggressive shot on it because he's got nice topspin on his first volley that he pops. In fact, that's Larry's strength.
You go Larry serving again. The score is 6-5-2.
Point.
And there's a point. So
Tyler has a court at his house too, so their whole family plays. He gets to practice at home. Larry's been involved with putting courts in his community. He was helped out a lot in designing those courts.
And I really do have to say, all these players have been very generous and patient with Pickleball Channel from year number 1 when nobody knew who the heck we were. And we're trying to say, hey, we want to try to bring media to people. We want to try to respect and expose the sport of pickleball. And they were all willing and able and polite and generous. And so really, all the great players who've embraced us have helped us get here so we could bring this to you. Some of the best pickleball in the world, able to be watched around the world. And we really do. We have people watching from different parts of the country, so thank you so much. We're at the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships. It's Rusty with Pickleball Channel. I'm joined with Steve Pirano. The score is, we'll let the point play out.
Rusty, you know, back when I was playing in the 80s, I never would have thought that 30-some years later I'd be sitting in a broadcast booth broadcasting, live streaming a pickleball match. It's have to pinch myself, actually.
And the score is now 5-8-2. So the points are spreading out a little bit. Helle did not like that.
And actually, I think Helle wished she didn't hit that. That was probably Larry's ball. So the women have a role to play in mixed doubles, and they know what it is with their partner, and I think Larry wanted that ball.
So there you go. They're feeling a little bit better about that.
Larry's always got that smile on his face. I'm starting to hate that smile, to tell you the truth. He had it on his face a lot against me yesterday.
8-6-1.
Score is 8-6-1. Helle is serving against Tyler. They quickly switch sides. Roxanne runs over, but they don't need to because she drives the ball into the net.
So Tyler's going to stay. He just held his fist up. They do that just to make the other team
Score 8-6-2.
wonder where to hit the ball. So they're wondering where to hit the third ball.
Drives it hard. Tyler deflects it. Roxanne hits it.
A little wide.
Point.
Roxanne also plays singles, and when she plays singles, she switches hands.
So I don't know if Larry just stepped on a little water or something. He's checking his shoes, making sure he has a good grip.
So Larry, wearing those very same shoes 2 months ago, had a bad accident on a gym floor. He was doing a lunge. His heel touched the ground, and he did the splits. He actually tore a muscle. Thought he was going to have surgery, and he got better without it.
So the ball rolls over the net, stays in play, and now back and forth between the two ladies. Tyler shifting aggressively, not so as much as Larry. All right, and it ends with a point for Sparre and Moon. So we were at
10-6-2.
10-6-2, possible game.
And that's the first game, Rusty.
Game number 1 goes to Larry and Helle, and we will be back shortly to begin game 2. We're about to begin with a score of 0-0-2. So one of the things you'll notice in mix, and we just came off of the 25-plus mix match, and sometimes you'll see a lot of people get frustrated. You'll see the guys will go from 50% of the court to 75, even 80%. And some people will say, oh, it's just the guys just kind of trying to win the game, and the gals go along for the ride, but that's not exactly.
No, well, really, the women have a lot more pressure than the men because most of the balls come to them. Even if a woman takes 30% of the court, they're still hitting 80% of the balls.
Because a lot of times people will try to pick on them. But at this level, unfortunately, you will see some amazing play. And so some people will complain, some people don't like it. But no matter what, a good mix, having the male and the female team come together and know each other's strengths and weaknesses allows that balance and that dance. It's really a dance. So we're at the beginning of game number 2. People are asking, Helle and Larry won game number 1. The wind is picking up. Sun's still out even though the lights are on.
Rusty, one thing I do want to say, every team has a role.
Yes.
And every player has a role in a team. Now, me being a 62-year-old, when I am playing with a 30-year-old top woman player, I'm taking less of the court. It's not really a male-female thing. It is who's quicker. So it's not a male-female thing at all. It is a lot of other factors involved. But when I'm playing with Sarah Ansbury, I'm the one that's taking the small court and she's taking the big court. So, but you have to be willing to take that role. If you're the male, you have to, and you have a tough, stronger female, you have to be willing to go, yeah, you're right. You're quicker than me. I'm going to take the small court. And these women with these top men, these are 2 top women with 2 top men, they know how much court they should take.
Well, as you can see, there's some amazing play happening. Both Roxanne, Helle, Larry, Tyler, they have a diversity of shots. That's the other one thing I want to bring out is that you're going to see hard, driven third shots. You're going to see softer drop third shots. So right here, Larry, boom, third shot drive. A little high, but Roxanne puts it back.
Oh, nice little
Helle's coming on,
play.
it's heating up. And there you go, that quick volley exchange.
You notice,
Every player involved.
you notice Helle's wrist brace on her left wrist? She fell yesterday.
I was going to say, I haven't seen her wear that before.
I was seeing her with ice yesterday. Fortunately, it was her left wrist that she hurt.
Helle's in the light gray shirt with the white cap on. If you're just joining us, comes from a strong tennis background.
Well, I think you could say more than strong if you played at Wimbledon 4 or 5, 6 times like she did.
Well, I guess
superior.
Exactly.
Yeah. Me, I've played small college tennis, and
she played.
I had no business ever being even watching Wimbledon, and she's there playing. So
there you go. Thank you for the additional information. Strong is better to say exceptional.
Strong is like the person down the neighborhood's a pretty good tennis player. This is a world-class tennis, is what Helle played.
Yeah. And the great thing about this game so far, both of these teams want to win. But once again, you got smiles, you got acknowledgement. If you're just joining us, the 2 men, Larry and Tyler, are a dominant men's doubles team, and they know each other well. They played together well. So I'll be interested to talk to them afterwards about some of the strategy when you know one another so well. How do you get beyond that? It's hard to surprise the other.
Because they drill together all the time. They know every strength and weakness each player has, and they know how to anticipate the other player's shots.
Second serve.
So here we are. We have a second serve. If you're new to the game, each team gets 2 serves
3-3-2.
per turn. The score is 3-3-2 or 3-3 second serve. Larry with a strong overhead. Roxanne tries to return it but hits it into the net. And if you're really interested, why we're saying 3 numbers. The first score is the team serving. The second score is the receiving team. And the third number is whose turn. So 3 serving 3, first serve. Roxanne gets that, puts it back over.
Oh, little
Second serve.
confusion there who was going to hit that ball, and that's going to happen even at the top level.
So thank you everyone for watching. There's been people here sharing. We know we have some people who are seeing this for the first time. We're saying, hey, check out this pickleball thing. We're at the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships, the largest tournament ever in the history of the sport with over 2,000 players competing.
Side out.
Several thousand people here as a whole, guests, fans. We're in an amazing open air arena, unlike any other court and arena in the world. And we're happy to be here to bring you this live game. Scores 2-3-1.
Okay, that's an unusual top spin. That's his top spin window. He doesn't usually miss that.
Yeah, that's a rare thing to see.
Yep.
4-3-1.
Scores 4-3-1. Advantage to Roxanne and Tyler. Ball goes a little long. And now we have the beginnings of a pulling away.
5-3-1.
Scores 5, serving 3, first serve. Tyler comes over, puts it back. Roxanne stays in it. Helle goes back to Roxanne. Just a little too fast. She misses it with her paddle. She's laughing a little bit, but...
Talking about the roles of players, so my only victory over Larry, and I probably played him 20 times, was when Wes Gabrielson was my partner up in Bend. And we called it men's mixed doubles when I played with Wes. So I had the little portion of the court, and Wes took over the court.
Well, Wes
and I knew my role.
Wes being so ambidextrous could
right.
probably just done it by himself too. Nothing personal. You and I could
Somebody
just watch.
still had to return the serve on that, you know.
There you
serve,
go.
yeah.
You had to take turns.
Yeah.
All right, so it's just gotten quite gusty in here. We have wind coming across the desk. You might hear it on our microphones a little bit.
And, you know, and this can fool the players because look at those flags. They're not moving. I think they're protected. That can really throw off the wind to the players because they're all constantly looking at the flags before they serve and before they return serve. They're not moving, but I feel a breeze.
Mm-hmm. There is, interestingly, the flag outside on the other side.
That is blowing, yeah.
Sort of that southwest corner is blowing kind of hard.
There's a switch. There's a switch grip. Yep.
All right, and work. But there are the game number 1 went to the team that's currently serving, Tyler Moon in the black and Helle Sparre in the gray. But we have a tie game right now. Larry with that pause before the serve, 5-5-1.
Second serve.
Helle is trying a topspin third shot dink. That's kind of new in the last year in pickleball. And you know, Helle is new to pickleball, so everything's new to her. You know, if it's a slice third shot or a topspin. But the third shot topspin dink is really relatively new to the sport.
You see Chris Anderson and some of the other people, you know, I don't know how they're hitting that ball and getting it in. There you go, dinking session back to Roxanne. She gets it, reaches with a backhand. Still has that flexibility. Oh, it comes up a little high, and Larry hits his buddy in the hip. Tyler hits his buddy in the hip. So now Roxanne and Tyler have another chance to kind of pull away.
5-5-1.
5-5-1.
Oop.
Second serve.
So Roxanne was trying to hold on to that shot to the very last second and then pop it down the line, and she missed. But she was really doing a good job of holding that ball as long as she could.
All right, for those just joining us, that was a side out. This is the 60-plus mixed gold medal match. We are in game number 2 here. This is Rusty from Pickleball Channel at the Minto US Open Pickleball Championships.
5-5-1.
The score is 5-5-1 in game 2. So tied game number 2. Larry Moon in black, Helle Sparre and his partner in the gray.
So lefty-righty teams can be very effective, and we have Roxanne and Tyler, with Roxanne being the lefty.
That's right. A lot of people don't notice that. So right now, what does that mean?
Well, we have forehands in the middle.
Two
and
forehands in the middle.
And so Larry and Helle have to stay away from the middle, but they're well aware of that.
Up a little bit of a mishit. So Larry drives the ball back at Roxanne. It looks like it kind of...
Larry's one of the very best in pickleball at driving the third ball because he's so low to the net and keeping it in. And I think that comes from his racquetball days of hitting the ball 2 inches from the bottom of the wall to hit a winner.
So Larry's saying sorry a little bit to Helle. I think he reached in there and took that stroke, and it wasn't successful. So again, score 5-6-1. Helle hits a little bit of a softer lob return. Oh, just hits the net. Larry's not able to get it back over. Second serve.
5-6-2.
Scores 5-6-2. Oh.
Did you see how much court Larry took on that one?
Oh, there you go.
Because he wanted to hit a forehand.
He was on a roll, shot after shot, back to the corner at Roxanne. She got most of them. Ended up getting a little off balance going center court, and he was able to get the ball behind her.
6-5-1.
Score 6-5-1. So no longer tie.
There's the switch hands again.
Yep. She
Another
does it
switch
again.
hands.
Gets
And
outside.
a great shot with her offhand.
Good get. Good.
So I don't know if everybody realized how hard that is, but Roxanne's left-handed. She just switched hands and hit a perfect cross-court dink with her offhand.
So good that Helle returned it just high enough that Larry could put it away. So we're now on second server. Larry serving to his doubles partner normally, Tyler. 6-5. Make their way up to the net. Larry's quick. Oh, quick hands there.
You know, since we announced that Tyler's going to have knee surgery, I wonder how many emails have been coming to Larry if they could be his partner for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Probably got 100 emails since we announced
I'll play
that.
with you. I'll play with you. I'll play with
Yeah.
you. I'd be happy to play with any of these people, except I'm typically behind a camera or a table.
7-5-2.
Someday I'll have to go incognito and just go play for fun. Serve to Roxanne with a deep return. Larry tries to do that drive, which has been
Right.
working well, but
He's
this
so
time
good at
into
it,
the
but
net.
Larry always, I love it when he says, he goes, "Oh, Moon." He always yells at himself. I've heard that a million times. Actually, he doesn't miss that much, but every time he misses, it's, "Oh, Moon."
Second serve.
Okay.
So did you know when Larry hits around the net post, they say you've been mooned?
There you go. Pickleball definitely is a more playful game than many sports. You've been mooned. There you have it, folks. So,
7-5-1.
game number 2, the score is 7-5-1. It was tie for a while, but now Larry and Helle are starting to pull away.
Another hand switch.
They're back. Helle going to Roxanne. Back across court to Larry. And I think I just saw Larry do a hand switch as well. Kind of wish.
Are you sure?
5-1.
I've never seen Larry switch. I've seen Tyler switch.
So we're back from our timeout. We're in the middle of game number 2
8-5-1.
of the 60 plus. It was tie for a while. Larry, oh,
Great time to
what just happened there? He went to serve.
Have 8.
Oh,
asking the score
he's
to
just
make
calling
sure he's on the
because they're
correct side.
stacking. If you're on the wrong side when you serve, it's a fault.
And you know, they changed. Used to, as a player, just last year, you could ask, am I the correct server on the correct spot? And now you're only able to ask, am I the correct server?
The net helped them out there.
That's
That's right. So it's a
That's changed.
little bit harder.
Yep.
So you have to know your side, or if you're,
If you know the score, if you know that you're the correct server, you should know.
well, the fun fact is, a lot of times you have these wristbands. So if you start on the right-hand side, you're the even server. The score has to be 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So right now,
9-5-2.
Helle is on the left-hand side with 5.
You know, and also the term stacking's only been around about 3 years. We mainly called it lefty. In the old days, well, my partner Randy and I were the first team to ever stack. But we didn't call it stacking, we called it lefty-righty. We just did it so we had forehands in the middle.
So here you go with a long ding session back and forth
we
with
have a
Roxanne.
terminology.
A little bit wide.
Point.
A little bit wide. You get a point. So game number 1 in the black, Larry and Helle in the gray. They took game number 1. We were in game number 2. They've started to pull away. We're a few points away from them getting match. Right now, 1 point. 10-5. This could be it. Great get by Larry. Back to Roxanne. Larry's keep taking a little bit more of the court. Roxanne puts it away. Side out. That's a big side out for them. So now Roxanne and Tyler have a chance to stay in this. Oops. Microphone fell down there.
5-10-1.
Scores 5-10-1. Come up. Oh, Roxanne tries to drive her return, hits it into the net. So here we go now. Tyler's the second server. The score is 5-10-2. Larry returns. Roxanne tries to drive it a little higher.
Shot out.
And she's back too deep. Helle just takes all the pace off of it, drops it in.
And we're back to match point, Rusty.
Exactly. So here we go. Larry with a pat on the shoulder.
10-5-1.
Helle serving 10-5-1. Let's see. Good return. Larry returns hard.
Larry likes to drive
You got
third,
that
dink
dink.
fifth.
Roxanne back to Helle. Again.
Bop.
Larry takes it.
And
there
there
you
we
go,
go.
Game match.
2 games, game match.
Wow,
goes to
great match.
Larry Moon and Helle Sparre. We will be back with a medal ceremony shortly. You guys, congratulations on a great game. A great match. And so I'm interested in a couple of different things, right? You've been playing together, but you and your partner, I mean, you guys are one of the best men's doubles teams. What's it like playing with your partner, and what kind of secrets are you doing to beat him there?
Oh my goodness. So it's kind of a win-win. I mean, I love my partner, so if he happens to beat me, that's going to be fine. But I certainly want to win nonetheless. But I know all of his secrets. He knows all of my secrets, so it's interesting.
Yeah, and you have an amazing tennis history. I mean, being a top player, coming to being a little bit newer to pickleball than, say, Larry and Tyler and Roxanne. You know, how does that impact your game, and how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling excited. It's fun. I don't know, tennis and pickleball are so alike because I was a touch player in tennis, so I love that I can play a little bit softer and it's not all hard.
Well, you certainly have some amazing agility and hard hits as well, but congratulations, both of you. Everyone, one more big round of applause.
Thank you.
And we do have another match coming, so if you got friends, facebook.com/pickleball channel. Thank you again, and until next time, everybody, keep on playing.